No, the title of this video is not a joke. Yes, I actually died while getting B-roll for this, because I forgot I had a gun. A bunch of thrall came over and just kind of like killed me. This build is for anybody who wants to do anything other than Liar's Handshake. Time for the spike. This build does require an exotic class item. Please don't leave, it's fun, I promise! The exotic class item we're going to be using is Spirit of Caliban, Spirit of Falcon. Though the core of the build really works with any Spirit of Caliban cloak, you will just need to spec slightly differently if you're not building with Falcon in mind. Our build is obviously centered around Threaded Spike, so we're going to scoop that, along with Grapple Grenade, since the Spirit of Caliban also works with the Grapple Melee, though I guess technically you can use anything. We're also going to scoop up Gambler's Dodge, since we want a backup plan in case something wrong happens with our spike. And trust me, things will go wrong with your spike. You can use technically any super, but I've opted for Tether since without Nighthawk, Golden Gun is far less enticing and the instant utility beats out every other option for me. Our aspects are where things actually get a little interesting. GPG is a lock no matter what, since every kill is an ability kill, basically, so even without solar weapons, we are gonna have basically 24/7 uptime to the point where I throw out more of these than I do my actual grenade. Our other aspect is where things get interesting. With your Falcon, Stylish Executioner is basically free since it gives us invisibility for killing stuff with our spike, since it already suffers. If you're not running Spirit of your Falcon, this is where this slot gets interesting. I don't see any compelling argument for Ascension with this setup. There's just not really a great way to make it work. If you're running a more dodge-based setup with something like Coyote or Wormhusk, you could go for Winter Shroud or Threaded Spectre, but really just about anything that isn't Ascension will work. Now that conversation's out of the way, we need to slot in some fragments. Protection is basically an auto-include for any high-tier content. Devotion is something that I included because pretty much everything is going to be suffered. Balance I found useful in generating extra Transcendence energy, though if you don't have that problem, you can slot in something else. Honor gives us extra Darkness energy since we're just going to be making tangles anyway without even really trying. And Ruin is free as hell since our whole build is centered around ignitions and we almost forgot it. Our armor is pretty simple. We're cranking our Reasel to 100 and after that, we're cranking our Strength to 100. This seems a little counterintuitive since we get a lot of our melee energy back from Threaded Spike, but one, Threaded Spike is inconsistent, and two, there will be situations where you can't Infinity Chain off of the energy alone, and we want to minimize our wait time. Only after we hit max strength do we go into mobility, which is important since it is our dodge cooldown, but I only got mine to tier 6. I'm sure there are some Giga gamers who can get triple 100s here. In our helmet, we're rocking a double finder mods, since the heavy ammo economy is currently doing worse than the US dollar. Well, I guess it's 50-50. We're also rocking Harmonic Siphon since we are on Tether and your Falcon is only effective with void weapons anyway, so there's not really a concern there. In our arms, Heavy-Handed is free, because Spike. Firepower is also surprisingly potent since the GPG grenade counts as a grenade for all grenade-based synergies. And speaking of GPG, we're levering that grenade for momentum transfer. In our chest, we're rocking the traditional double resist reserve setup. However, you could also lock triple resist and swap one of the heavy finders for special finder in your helmet. In the legs, we're rocking Innervation for more melee regen, and double absolution because every one of the buttons is important to us. In our class item, we're running Reaper since orbs are a major source of our cooldown reduction. Bomber to have some cooldown reduction for our grenades, and because Outreach is basically useless with Gambler's Dodge. And Special Finisher for orb collection, and of course, the economy. On our artifact, we're rocking the standard anti-champion mods, even though we might not need them because Kinishanas is a thing. Also, I wanted to flex that I got a god roll. We're rocking Overclock and Load because Defib is my beloved, and you will never take it away from me. We're rocking Volatile Marksman since we're stuck with Void Weapons anyway. For column 3, we're rocking Hold the Line since an LMG actually isn't a bad choice here, though you could swap out this perk for anything else if you have a strong linear fusion. Dielectric gives us even more bolt charge shenanigans. Maligned Harvest since Void Weapon perks are just a free scoop right now. Flashover because bolt charge is the best we got in this column, and that's about it. And of course, we're rocking Defib for the god tier champion slaying potential. Heavy Ordnance Restoration with our LMG is actually pretty good, although Void Flux is also really, really good, so honestly, take your pick. Build is a two-step plan. Step 1 is to throw your dart and make sure it kills something. Anything. Build doesn't work unless you're actually killing stuff with your spike, so anytime you need to huck it out, it needs to kill something. Ideally, you're hitting a lot of things, but as long as one of those things becomes a dead corpse, you're good. After something becomes a dead corpse, it's your Falcon time. Once your threat spike actually kills something, that will trigger Stylish Executioner, which then turns you invisible. Get your spike back and proceed to slay out for as long as you want or need. Volatile rounds will reset your Falcon because of Stylish Executioner, so you basically have all the uptime in the world, assuming you kill something within the 10 seconds of volatile rounds. Any other debuff also works, so if you happen to have a chill clip weapon, that's good too, but just slay out. As soon as you get your spike back, you can continue to throw the spike and reset the loop, and that's about it. If everything goes right. However, threaded spike is inconsistent. Sometimes you throw it, it does a backflip, refuses to elaborate, and just comes back to you, and sometimes it just never comes back at all. I'm not entirely sure what triggers this, but it's something we have to work around. This is where our backup plans come in. Grabbing orbs, using Gunpowder Gamble, or dodging your enemies, which, by the way, you can do without breaking Enfys. To get that last bit of energy is something you'll need to be doing somewhat frequently. If you somehow run out of all of those buttons, that's what the Transcendence button is for, to get all of them back. And if you somehow find yourself without that too, how did you do that? Important note on catching the spike: if your binds are set up the same way mine are, where charge and uncharge melee are set to different buttons, you can catch the spike with either of these buttons, but I highly recommend using your charge melee to actually catch it, for two reasons. One, it prevents you from accidentally breaking invis, or worse, smacking the nearest enemy in the face if you miss the catch timing. Two, it gives you a bigger window to actually catch the spike, since if you do try to catch it early, you can just push the button again and not be stuck in a large animation. So, how does the build perform? It's pretty good, actually. The auto-aim on Threaded Spike is strong enough to just huck this into a room, duck behind cover, wait for the spike to kill stuff, come back, and then just throw it in there again. Falcon and Void Weapons are also really good with the current seasonal artifact, so I imagine Falcon will get stronger in the future since we have many, many ways to get volatile on Void Weapons this season with the artifact. I haven't yet taken this build to a GM. I've used it in many solo Master Lost sectors and dungeons, and I would have absolutely zero reservations about taking this into a GM. Is it better than Liar's Handshake? Probably not. I haven't actually tried it yet. Having said that, it is still very potent and absolutely viable in endgame content. Titans, I know you have been patiently waiting your turn for a build video, but fear not. I saved you the blue crayon. You are up next for a build video. If you'll allow me to do my shameless self-promo, I have a Discord server and a Destiny clan that I am building. I will have links for both of those in the description. That's about it. Alright, I will see you in the next one. Bye for now.